Hey guys, Marco here. Today we are not discussing bike mechanics. However, it has something to do with today's video. In general, if you have your own bike, you need to be able to access pieces and to change easily a piece when installed. We will see what this has to do with Pydantic AI. So let's dive in the code.
Agents. Now many people talk about this. It's the hot topic of artificial intelligence. It's like we have a little mini ChatGPT that can solve tasks for us. They can make wonderful things. Be our accountant, automate replying to text messages, to WhatsApp, even to voice calls. You can teach a 10-year-old no code if you use this platform. NA10 is one, but you have others. Very easy. And here I see build AI agents and automate workflows. And here I see workflow indeed. Plenty. However, not only you have to pay for this platform and have your own subscription, which is okay, but also you rely on the platform itself and on the layers of abstraction that it gets over what is under the hood Python code. For this reason, at this moment, I still prefer to use Python scripts. And if I have to use a library that indeed can create workflows and AI agents, so something which puts indeed a layer of abstraction, is Pydantic AI. Why do I like that? First of all, Pydantic AI relies, as the name says, on Pydantic. Pydantic is a great library used by many others as a dependency, and it allows a structured output. It's great, especially when you want tabular data. Also, is very modular. You can tweak things very easily if you know how to code, of course. I would say if you need to make a demo, if you need to make a proof of concept, all these are great. But when you want to go into production, it's good also to be able to fix things. So Pydantic AI makes a very good alternative, and we will see that in this video. But before going further, let's define what is a workflow and what is an agent. There is the definition here given by Anthropic. Workflows, systems where LLM and tools are orchestrated through predefined code paths. So you define the path, okay, in your script, in your program. An agent is a program that calls an LLM, and the LLM dynamically directs the process and tool's usage. Tool can be some database, can be a service, we will see also that. But very important, here you choose the path. Here, with just the agent, the LLM chooses it. We will build an agent in this video that simply searches for the meteo in a given city for a given user. And the agent is connected to an LLM. We give it an input, normally is a prompt, the format that we define using the Pydantic library. This is a Pydantic AI class that outputs a structured, formatted response. Let's see in practice in the code. Here I have my libraries. Here I define a database, or better, I simulate it. Here is just a simple small dictionary. And a parser so that I can insert, like give it as an input, a username. So if I enter this user, the LLM will search for the meteo conditions and the time in New York. Before discussing that, I define the response model. So the response is structured with username, city, time zone, confidence. This is how much, in a way, the LLM believes in what is the response. And we have limits, the lower limits and the upper limits. So it will be between 0 and 1. That's the confidence in the sentiment analysis. Okay, and here is our agent. You can see this is a class. We imported it from Pydantic AI, and the output we specified weather response model above. We give it a system prompt, and we link it to an LLM, in this case GPT-4o from OpenAI. We don't specify the key. The agent class looks for the environment file, the M file, and looks for the appropriate key. Here I have an example, OpenAPI key. So this is automatically retrieved. Then I define the tools. The tools are informations, pieces of code that retrieve it, to use a better definition, that will help the LLM to give the correct response. Of course, we cannot train ChatGPT, for example, to know what is the weather at this time of the day in a given city. But we can retrieve it with the use of a tool, and we can put it in the context of our prompt. First of all, I enter the user and then get the corresponding city. For this, there is a tool. We just saw it, our database, that we specified here earlier. Then time zone for the coordinates of the city. I could have put this in the overflow, but I want to use just tools here and let the LLM choose. Here I have the current time, season, because depending on northern or southern hemisphere, that will change. The hemisphere is given by the city. And finally, the weather. Pydantic AI uses asynchronous functions, and we have to call it using asynction. I don't get into that too deeply, but let's say that if you call several tools at the same time, you don't want to do it synchronously. You want to call one after the other, to say it in an easy way. Here I just run it, but let it run again. Here I choose a user from São Paulo. But let's choose someone else. I'll choose by name. And let's call OpenAI. OpenAI now, the LLM, is choosing the right tools for the response. So this is taking time. And of course, it costs money. City, Turin, very good. Confidence, so and so. Indeed, here the weather is changing quickly. Normal seasonal temperature, well, true. And etc. And you have the time zone. This would have been much quicker with a specified workflow and with information that I don't take through the LLM. So you don't need to use always agents and always AI. This is slow and expensive. But in this case, we just show how this works. So you can make your own and hopefully best choice. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have questions, put that in the comments. And of course, subscribe if you liked it, and see you in the next video.